Hello world, it's Curtis Potter with Balanced Inspiration. Today I wanted to talk to you about where you get your identity from. See, I I've been doing a lot of self-reflection, well really for years as I've been on this journey, and I realized some of the traits I had picked up from when I was younger. It's actually studies show that adults are usually living in a 7-year-old's mind frame, not as in that's your maturity, but a lot of the habits you have are from when you were 7 years old. So for instance, when they say a family curse, it is normally stuff that you watched your parents go through or do, or the habits or whatever they taught you from when you were 7. Now, a lot of times we can get our identity in a lot of those things that we learned when we were younger. For instance, when I was younger, I played soccer for 8 years. I couldn't gain weight to save my life. I was a toothpick. It opened the doors for bullying. Some people would bully me. Sometimes I'd stand up for myself. Sometimes I wouldn't. Well, I remembered it was when I was, I believe, a sophomore in high school. I was at lunch one day and I was just having a bad day. I'd gotten some trouble at school or something. We're eating lunch and a kid named Kenny was just talking, just blah, 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 blah. And I snapped on him. I was like, Kenny, shut the front door. Like, nobody wants to hear your stuff. Just shut up. And he threatened to beat me up. Well, that day, it was almost like liquid courage. Some people at bars or whatnot, but I was so frustrated that I was like, man, screw you, you ain't gonna beat me up. And he's like, I'll do it right now. And I remember saying, no. I was so mad and angry. I was like, no, if we're gonna do this, we're doing it outside of school, because I ain't having no teachers pull me off you. I was kind of just talking smack because I was mad. Well, the day went on, and at the end of the day, we're walking out of the school and I got a crowd of people coming around me and they're like, Curtis, you're really gonna fight Kenny? And to be honest, I had forgot that I even threatened to fight him. And I was like, man, now I gotta eat my words. And I was like, yeah. And in Cloverdale, there's this spot where everybody went to fight. It was close to the school. There's a lot of places to run in case the cops came and so forth. So we're walking over there, and next thing you know, I see Kenny there, and I'm like, man, this is about to happen. Now, Kenny was about a foot taller than me and outweighed me by about 100 pounds. So I just remember thinking, like, I cannot allow this dude to get his hands on me or it's not going to go well for me. So we walk up, and I just straight wham, hit him right in his left eye, and it swelled shut immediately. And I beat the brakes off that kid because his left eye was swollen and he was throwing punches at me and he was missing me. It's kind of like you go like this and how your perception changes. I was just saying that he couldn't even hit me because he couldn't even see out of his left eye. Well, the thing is I came to school the next day and, go eat breakfast in the cafeteria, and everybody was like, Curtis, dude, did you see Kenny's face? And I was like, no, I haven't yet. Just about that time, he comes walking into the cafeteria, and both his eyes was dang near swollen shut. His mouth was all swollen. His nose was dang near crooked. It looked like he got stung in the face by 100 bees. Now, I guess his dad was one of those dads that, when he came home, if he got beat up, his dad was going to whip him worse. So he had told his dad that he was running around the corner to catch a school bus, and he ran into a telephone pole. So for a long time, people would just come up and grab my arm and be like, look at them telephone poles. And it was so bad. I felt bad for the dude. His face was on swole. But see, what I realized was I had gained a lot of popularity in that moment. And a lot of people in the school didn't even really know about me, but they was like, dude, that dude just beat up somebody 100 pounds heavier than him. And I realized I started to get my identity in fighting. And throughout my 20s, we'd go to bars, and there's times where I was just looking for fights. I would always be sticking up for people getting bullied. Man, I would find any reason to fight somebody. Add that to the toxicness I saw my parents when they got divorced, just fighting all the time. It was ugly. And I started to get my identity in fighting, whether it was verbally, physically, it didn't matter. I took that to a lot of relationships with friends, significant others. Even, man, there was one time a boss of mine was like, dude, you look like you're about to hit me. And I said, man, thankful for you, I found God. But he knew I wanted to, and the old me, I wanted to. And see, I had to be intentional about changing my identity and what I found my identity in. You know, just like I said in my video the other day about rebranding your name. Well, changing what you have identity in is the same thing. You have to be intentional. Like, you know, if you're trying to quit smoking cigarettes or be somebody that shows up late to everything, or a procrastinator, or just whatever it is you're struggling in, you know that you have something that you're like, you know what? This ain't me no more. I don't want to be that person that just fights everybody. Man, I've fought my wife verbally arguing over just some of the dumbest stuff, and I'll look back and I'm like, why did I do that? And it's something that daily I am being intentional about not doing that anymore. Even a buddy of mine said that whenever he responds to a text or somebody and he knows it's going to be emotional, he will make sure that he does not respond for 2 hours. He had to be intentional because he was the same way. And he was like, man, I always felt bad about blowing up. And I was like, that's not even me. I don't know why. Something just, you know, it triggered me and I blew up. So my question to you is there something that you need to find a new identity in? You know, whether it was what people said about you, your parents said about you, maybe what you even said about yourself, even if it's lies. You know, if somebody was lying about you, but you heard it so many times, like Hitler, he told the same lie loud enough and long enough and people believed it. Are you believing a lie about yourself? Is it time for you to find a new identity in something and move forward and change the rest of your life? If you don't like the past, you know what? You're the only one that's going to be able to change it. So today, I just invite you to find a new identity and how you want the rest of your life to be. If you know someone needs to hear this, you know the drill. Please like, share, comment, tag somebody. Just even making a comment in the comment section will allow other people to see it. And it could help somebody who's really needing to find a new identity and changing their life to make the rest of their life the best of their life. So I love you all. If you want to see more videos like this, it's Curtis Potter Jr. on YouTube. And you know the drill. Be boundless. I have faith in you. You got this. Have a great day.